Hi guys, I've just got to quickly let everyone know. Let's have a look. Right, we're live. We're live. Okay. Hi guys, it's Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. My name's Louis. I'm a lifelong Elvis fan. I just want to quickly let everyone know we're live. Give a chance for you guys to come on and join us. Now, you guys know I'm on holiday, so I'm going on holiday. I will be on holiday tomorrow. This time tomorrow, we will be eating tea in Mallorca. Let's have a look. I just want to make sure I'm telling everyone, make sure I haven't missed it. Some of you have probably fallen asleep. Let's have a look. Okay. Just giving you a chance to come on. I'm just messaging everyone. Let's have a look. There's quite a few of you now. It takes a few minutes. Linda's on. Hi, Linda. Let's have a look. We're getting there, guys. I need a quick way of doing this. Just getting you guys on. Right, I think most people I've told. But, I mean, most of you should be just automatically getting notified. Okay, right. I'm just going to shut that door a minute. So, let's move this here. That there, shut that there. All right. Let's see how we get on, eh? I've just had a load of dinner. I've had loads of meat. Surprise, surprise. I had some lamb, some steak, some pork shoulder. I'm like, you've had too much. What did they say? So I just watched EFM. This should be an interesting chat. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, that EFM video that came out today, let me just have a look at it. 6 hours ago, has had a big reaction because I've had a lot of you, I need to look at the right camera. I've had a lot of you messaging me about Elvis fans matter. How many of you here? There's only a few of you here at the moment, but I can see that Linda has watched it. So let's have a look here. Let me just, as a few of you have messaged me. Now, I do watch Elvis Fans Matter. I think I love, Billy is the horse's mouth, isn't he? He was there. Now, I will say this, guys. He doesn't seem well. He doesn't seem well. He looks tired. I know, doesn't he just had, is it a knee operation? What you guys probably know better than me. He's definitely. Hi, Stacey. So what I'm going to do now, I will say this. I just want a bit of an intro on it. I have not watched all of it. I've watched some of it. I thought I'd save it to watch with you guys. It is the video, no offense. I don't understand. But so now I have always said that we can't take everything that has been said by the Memphis Mafia as fact. I personally think the Memphis Mafia has twisted the truth. I really believe that. I really think that I'm just going to try it a bit. I just want to dim this down a bit. It's a bit too bright in my eyes. That's a bit bad. I really think that much of what is said about Elvis, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Now, I really respect Billy Smith, but he will say things from his point of view as well. Now, remember, we have to read between the lines. Now, I know that Billy Smith is a great guy, and Elvis loved him, and he's Elvis's cousin, and he was there right at the start, right in the 50s. That doesn't mean I will completely agree with every word he says. It means that I am more likely to agree with him, but not 100%, guys, because we all have our own agenda. We see things from our own point of view. And sometimes our own point of view isn't always correct. Now, I had someone message me on a comment, and it was a male, and he spent probably 150 words defending Priscilla. Now, he gave very good reasons. I was actually trying to find the comment. I can't find it. Let me just quickly see if I can find it. I could not find this comment. I was looking for it because I thought I really want to read it to you guys. I couldn't find it. The guy gave very decent reasons to protect Priscilla. Now, I can't find it, but it'll take me forever to find it. But after I read the comment and I read it again, I remember thinking, that person in his mind completely believes everything he is saying to me. He thinks that Priscilla was treated badly. He thinks Elvis mistreated Priscilla and was very unfaithful to her. He fully believes that Elvis wouldn't sleep with a woman that has had a child, even though we know that Susan Henning had had a child, Deborah Lee had had a child. He also felt that Elvis didn't give her enough attention. Elvis was away a lot. And he fully believes that Priscilla did nothing wrong and had no choice because she felt lonely and deserted, and that she had no choice but to be unfaithful to Elvis. The whole comment is basically saying Elvis deserved it. Now, I can't accept that. I cannot accept that. Now, I do accept Elvis in the earlier years, before they got engaged, was definitely doing his thing. Yeah, different women, making movies, recording albums. He had no intention of settling down when he was 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, those years he was having fun. Priscilla knew that. Priscilla went to Gracelands, lived with him and in the other homes. And she just knew that when they were away, when the Memphis Mafia were away, to just leave them be. Now, that must have been tough for Priscilla. I will accept that. But as you guys know, I do. Happy birthday, Sue. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Sue. Happy birthday, dear Sue. Happy birthday to you. So I do believe. All right, so it's not your birthday. Well, whose birthday is it? Let's get it right, guys. Anyway, as I was saying, I completely see how people have been conditioned to think that Priscilla has done no wrong and Elvis was the bad guy. I keep hearing it over and over again. And every time I hear it, I listen to very passionate people that really believe what they're saying. They're not being awkward or difficult or nasty. They just truly believe that Priscilla did no wrong and that everything was Elvis's fault. They believe it. You ain't going to change their mind. So I thought, when you guys kept messaging me about EFM, Elvis Fans Matters, and he has asked quite a crucial question, and I thought, here's a good opportunity to listen to this interview, and then just let's decide for ourselves. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play it, and we'll just interrupt every now and then. I think that's the way to go. And I don't know how many of you have watched this, but it's Billy Smith. Right.
Joe Esposito and Shirley Boo and a few others stated that Elvis wanted Priscilla back. And we have a viewer that wants to know, why are y'all so bitter about her? I'm not bitter about her at all.
Let's get a bit louder.
Bitter.
I'm no more bitter about her than she is me.
Right. And I don't know what the big deal was about. We never had any kind of words or anything with her. She just, I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do, this is just me, with one of the overseers at Graceland who does not like Billy at all. And a lot of people have asked why you've never been invited up there from them. And I have a feeling that's why they were pretty, you know, in tune with each other.
You can read my questions over here. That's another question.
And anyway, that's not what Elvis said, and I don't think Elvis. I don't care what any of them said. He did not. He said he would not go there again, and I mean, you know, not gonna lie about it. You know,
I mean, if he had said to you, yeah, I'm thinking about getting, I mean, you wouldn't lie. You would say, yeah, at one point you said it.
No,
but to you,
the point of it is I mean,
Right, I'm gonna hold it closer to you because I want you to look at the look on Billy's face when he talks about it. Jean did send it me, but a few of you have. I think about 5 of you have sent it to me because questions that are asked are quite crucial, aren't they? So this is why we're playing it. So I don't want to just play it completely because I think that's a bit unfair. I want to play bits and then comment, right? But thanks, Jean. Who we got on? We've got Carolyn, Francis, Jean, Sue, Stacy. Deborah's probably asleep. I have messaged Deborah. Deborah, are you asleep?
He had Ginger there. He had Linda there. When the hell was he going to get her back or want her back? He never mentioned it.
No, like he said, you know, it's too much old coin phrase. It's too much water under the bridge.
Yeah.
She had been with
Other people.
other men, yeah, and Elvis was not one to handle that too much, you know. And not only that, you know, he cared about her, you know, a lot, and so much that when she got with Mike Stone, that just broke his pride and took him, you know, a year or two to get over that. And what? Oh.
You're like almost under the table.
He said his leg was.
Well, I'm just, you know,
his leg was itching, and Wanda's also.
yeah, I was scratching my leg.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But anyway.
I mean, when it itches,
But there's the last now. I'm sorry, I don't care who said what.
That's not what he said to us.
Like he said, you know, you know, that's just, I won't go down that road again.
Gotcha.
And, you know, why they would say that, you know, with Ginger there, you know, just like with Linda, you know, I mean, my God.
And why would Myrna even? I mean, Myrna's not with us anymore. Myrna passed away, but Myrna wasn't even on the scene back then. You know, I mean, at the last,
Okay.
Myrna didn't know or couldn't have known. I don't know who.
All I can say, if they said that, you know, then they said that.
They were wrong.
But with me, not from what he told me, that would never happen again.
Okay.
So, but they did stay in contact and all, and touch me one more time. I'm scratching my leg. I can't help it. It's itching. But anyway,
that's funny. Well, do it like this.
He may be itching too.
Well, I'm petting the dog too while I'm at it.
Healing and stuff. It itches, yeah.
I'm sorry, folks, but she's kept nudging me and it kept itching, so I had to do the scratching.
I thought he would stop. I mean, it's kind of
Okay, I quit, you know.
under the table.
What's it saying? Just kept getting tickled, so I'm just trying to. Was it true that supposedly Priscilla didn't want Linda to fly on the same plane with her when Elvis passed away from California to Memphis?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
You know,
She didn't. That's what I heard too. Didn't let her. I mean, why was it up to her?
I'm trying to be how can I say it? So obviously we hear Billy's point of view, but I still, as much as I love Billy, the way he answered the question about Priscilla not wanting Linda on the plane, he doesn't actually know the answer. He says, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. So this makes me skeptical, guys. I know we all love Billy. Billy speaks from the heart. He's a lovely man. He's been seriously mistreated by Elvis Presley Enterprises, by Priscilla, and he's been outed from Graceland, hasn't he? And it's horrible that he just can't go back there. He grew up there. He loved Elvis. He was very close to Elvis. But I will say this. He doesn't know the answers to every question that he's asked. He doesn't actually know the answer to that question. He just said, it's what I heard. So I agree, Natalie, he's not going to remember everything. I just think we need to be careful that because it's Billy Smith, Elvis's cousin, because he was there at the time, we need to be careful that we don't think every single word he says is correct. If he's saying, that's what I heard, we have to think that isn't a 100% proof answer. I'm just trying to be fair, but don't get me wrong, guys. I love Billy Smith. I think EFM is a great channel. Right, let's have a look.
In a plane or whatever. What? I have no idea.
Well, I tell you why. No, I can't tell you.
Why? Okay.
I think, I think Uncle Vernon probably didn't want any, confusion there.
So he sent two different. I mean, he came on a commercial flight, and he just but he did send for Priscilla to come. And somebody said, did he send for Priscilla and Lisa? Lisa was already here.
Yeah, Lisa was here. I think really what I think is Joe handled all that, and he sent the plane because Joni came too, and they weren't together at the time, Joe and Joni, but she came with Priscilla.
Okay.
And I think Joe handled that, and Vernon may not even have known it.
Right.
That's
possible.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I got you.
And I'm sticking to it.
All right.
And that's stuck to me.
There's someone to mark off.
Okay.
There's two. All right.
Flipping.
Come on, Danielle. I had them all, and now I can't.
You had them all, and you can't.
I had them in my
You got
hand.
them all somewhere.
And it's up there. Okay. Do you plan on reading Lisa's autobiography that Riley is going to finish up? Do you plan on reading that one?
Yeah, I probably will. If I get a chance, when it comes out.
To be honest, I don't read a lot of any of those books.
I just find it interested to
Don't you have forward
just opinion because you have no way of knowing.
I want to get
If
to
Elvis had been alive, do you think that Benjamin's fate would have been different?
I don't want to play too much of it because obviously it's his show.
Be kind of a dominant.
But there's a few questions I think that were asked that I think you guys would want to hear the answers to.
This year, one in particular, it's about that, and I think I don't know. I kind of lost them.
They're funny. They're like a little family at home, and they just sort of chat in between them. They're actually quite. I find them interesting, quite cute.
If they invited me, would I accept?
But here we go.
And I'm celery mean business. It's a business.
Right. It's a business.
And if they invited me, would I accept? I probably would. but I don't think I'll be invited. But if
I don't either.
but it's like this. I certainly won't lose any sleep, and that's
Right.
another quotation too. I certainly won't lose any sleep over it.
Certainly not. But I think that comes under the thing of what I said earlier. We live in a totally different world. We're not, to me, there's always been a class separation in that whole group. And some people always thought they were better.
Yeah.
And like I said one time before,
Let's just find a bit more.
Neither.
yeah,
But it without me, so he just, I've said it so many times, If all the kids out there that has claimed to be his, God damn, that man was, I don't think he'd have been able to breathe.
but he did have strong lungs.
Yeah, he did have strong lungs, but I don't know how he could have carried on.
He'd have been worn out.
And doing films and
And think about it. Why in hell would somebody wait until after he passed away, 10 years or 15 or 40 years, and all of a sudden here comes one that looks like bald-headed and wearing jumpsuits. I guess they were born in a jumpsuit or something, and that's his son or his daughter, or it's just crazy. That's just.
It is funny. It's
All they
funny.
have to do is DNA.
It is funny the amount of people that also gone dark. It's funny. It's funny. It's because of the phone. It's funny the amount of people that try and say. Let me brighten it up a minute, guys. That's better. The amount of people that try and say they are Elvis's daughter or son, and they look nothing like him. It's just crazy. Do any of you think there's actually anyone genuinely the daughter or the son of Elvis? Do you think any of them are right? Give us a reply to that, guys.
And they,
And I don't
want an honesty.
to all the books.
I'm not gonna lie, except for Billy, and he was always with him. And I guess that's one thing I resented.
My experiences and all, and
So,
my opinion.
I really was interested in the Priscilla reply, but it's a tough one, isn't it, guys? Because you can't help but feel sorry for him. It's like I just think that they were so close, such good friends, spent so much time together. I've even seen pictures of Billy cutting his hair. Is that right? Washing his hair. Now, you let someone wash your hair, you trust them. So, right. So I'm going to just read some comments off. Jean, this comment is also part of the reason that I wanted to play Billy's video. So Jean says, Louis on Elvis Fans Matter, Billy's cousin Elvis, Billy's cousin of Elvis said Elvis did say he could not sleep with a woman after she had a child. So Priscilla did tell the truth about that. But Billy said then that Elvis changed his mind later on. So Jean from Hollywood. See, Jean, I respect you. And I understand that you believe Billy because Billy is a decent man. And I don't think Billy would lie about it. But it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense that you either are like that or you're not. I don't think it's the kind of thing people change their minds about. You're basically saying that Elvis used to have a thing where he would not sleep with a woman that's had a child. Yeah? But then you're saying that he's changed his mind. And the reason you believe it is because Billy said it. Now, I can only speak for how I think. And if I was the sort of person that wouldn't sleep with a woman because she'd had a child, I would be that way till the day I died. It wouldn't be the sort of thing I would change my mind about. So I haven't seen Billy's actual words saying that Elvis had said that he wouldn't sleep with a woman that had had a child but then changed his mind. But I don't believe it. I don't believe it. To me, it doesn't make sense. But you guys, you have to make your own minds up. We know that he slept with Susan Henning, yeah, who'd had a child. He met her on Live a Little, Love a Little, and 68 Comeback. And is it Deborah Lee had also had a child? And there's other women that Elvis had slept with that had a child. I just don't believe it. I really don't. I don't think that Elvis had a problem with sleeping with a woman that had a child. Just don't think it. Billy, right, let's read some comments. Billy said that Elvis said that in the early days, then got over it. It's obvious fact as people age and mature, they change their views on something. Melissa, I don't know. I find that difficult to believe. But, we have to all see it from our own point of views. I believe when he was a young guy, first becoming famous, he didn't want to sleep with mothers. That's the whole lot of trouble in the 1950s. Well, yeah. All right. If we're talking about a teenage Elvis, yeah, if you're talking about a 19-year-old Elvis, then of course not. But that's different. That's different than that's different. I don't see that. Of course, when I was 19, I don't want to sleep with someone's mum. But I see it differently. I see that Elvis morally has been accused that he wouldn't sleep with a woman if she had had a child, regardless of age. It was just something morally that he stood by, and I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Tracy, you can tell that when Billy talks about Elvis that he really misses him. Oh, yeah. I agree with that, Stacey. I have the greatest respect for Billy. I completely know that he speaks from the heart. But some of the questions he's asked, he doesn't know the answer to. That's why he says, I've heard this, I've heard that. I like it when he replies and says, I know this, I know that. I heard him say this, I heard him say that. I watched this, I watched that. Hearsay won't do it with me. I think we need more than that. Regardless if he was like that when he was younger or not. It didn't last long because Susan Henning, another woman. That's true, Melissa. Come on. A teenage man doesn't want to sleep with a mum. That's just common sense. It doesn't mean it's a moral view of his. It just means a teenage man doesn't want to sleep with a 30-year-old woman. It's a very different point to me. Now, a 30-year-old Elvis saying that he wouldn't sleep with a woman that had a child, I don't believe that. I honestly don't believe that. He may have used it as an excuse to not sleep with her after she cheated. Now that is much more believable. Much more believable. Thanks, Sue. Melissa, have you seen Susan Henning? I mean, my God, she was stunning when she was young. She was a stunning girl. Natalie, do you not think she was beautiful? She was stunning, wasn't she? Billy explains in that video that Elvis changed his view on that as he matured. Okay, Tracy, I accept that a teenage Elvis or an Elvis in his very early 20s is not going to sleep with a mother. That's completely different than... don't forget, when Elvis married Priscilla, he was not a teenager. How old was he? Was he 29? Let's have a look. He was not a teenager. Let's have a look. How old was Elvis when he married? I should know this. When he married. You guys are going to say it, aren't you? 32. There we go. 32. You've already answered it. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Nat. I should know that. But, right. So let's rephrase things then. A 32-year-old Elvis. Actually, no, 33 because she had a child. Yeah. There's no way anyone is going to convince me that a 33-year-old Elvis would not sleep with a woman that's had a child. No one's going to convince you that. Not Billy Smith, not anyone. Now, do I believe that Elvis wouldn't sleep with a mother when he was 20? Yes, I do believe that. But the point is very different. So are we getting where I'm coming from? sometimes you have to read between the lines, just use a bit of common sense. Yeah. Elvis, when he was 33, had no problem with sleeping with Susan Henning, Deborah Lee, Priscilla Presley. Now, do I believe that Elvis would not sleep with Priscilla because he'd caught her being unfaithful with the dance instructor? 100%. 100%. Elvis did not want to sleep with Priscilla because she'd been with a dance instructor. And who knows what else had gone on? Who knows what else had gone on with Priscilla? Let's just read some of your comments. Susan Henning feeding Elvis grapes. I've seen it, guys. Do you want me to put it on? Should we do it? Let's see if we can find it. Do you want to see Susan Henning and Elvis being sexy? Should we do this, girls? Are you ladies ready for this? Oh, didn't she play a topless mermaid? Is that right? Yes. Carolyn says yes. Yeah, come on. Sometimes we just got, Carolyn, we just got to use our common sense sometimes. I love Billy, but I think him saying that Elvis once said it makes it all a grey area, doesn't it? If Billy Smith says, oh, yes, you know, that is how Elvis was, but he has to put it in context. Yeah, it was probably true in 1960, 1958. Yeah, but it doesn't make it true in 1968. It's a completely different context. And I think we have to, and this, Gene, no offense, my love, I do believe when Elvis was a teenager and in his early 20s, he probably wouldn't sleep with a woman that was like a mother. But do I think Elvis in his 30s wouldn't sleep with a woman that had a child? No way. No way. So it doesn't mean that Priscilla's right. Because now Priscilla may have twisted the truth. That Priscilla may have twisted the truth. She may have used the fact that she knows that in the late 50s, early 60s, Elvis didn't want to sleep with a woman. Let me just pause this a minute. She may have used, right, she may have used the fact that in the 1950s and 60s, Elvis was obviously wouldn't sleep with a mother. Then 10 years later, just after Priscilla has a baby, she remembers that Elvis used to say when he was much younger that he couldn't sleep with a mother. But then she puts it on when he's 33, she pairs it together, and then you create the lie. You create the lie. That's how I see it, guys. Does that make sense? I'm hot. Right, let's have a look. Elvis was gorgeous in 1968. Right. Let me just, I will read your comments. Let me just see what my son was. Right, okay. Right, let's have a look. So, Natalie, Elvis was gorgeous in 68 and Susan Henning is gorgeous as well. Yeah, big time. I am going to play that saucy video, by the way. Louis, Billy did say Elvis changed his mind later, so you might be right. As a younger Elvis, he said that. Gene. Yeah, now, Gene, you know I love you, Gene, but I think that the fact that Elvis may have said it to Priscilla when he was much younger, that she may have twisted that after she had a baby with Elvis. Remember, 2 months after Lisa Marie was born, Priscilla was unfaithful. So then there's no way Elvis, when he found out that she was being unfaithful, there's no way that he's going to sleep with her. Now, then Priscilla has carried on this story that Elvis doesn't sleep with a woman that's had a child, and it fits her narrative. It fits her placing herself as the victim, when the truth is she was the one that was unfaithful. Elvis was the victim. So do you know, I wasn't there. I don't know the truth, but but I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to make sense of the fact that when he was in his early 20s, he wouldn't sleep with a mother, and that when he was in 33 years old, he wouldn't sleep with Priscilla. I'm trying to make sense of it. Now, I honestly believe that because he caught her being unfaithful with the dance instructor, Steve Peck, that he didn't want to touch her, and that basically ruined their marriage. I really believe that. And I think this thing that was once said maybe in the 1960s has been used against him for 40 years. I think for 40 years, people have been saying Elvis never slept with someone that had a child, but we know that he had. We know that he slept with Susan Henning. We know he slept with Deborah Lee, and there's other people. So it isn't true, which doesn't matter what Billy said. It is not true. We know Elvis has slept with women that had had children. We know it. So I know Billy said that he changed his mind, but I don't think that's fair because I think it creates a grey area that makes Elvis look bad. So I'm not happy with the way that is being perceived. That's just my opinion, guys. Anyway, like I just told you, I am going to play you some saucy stuff, guys. Let's see what we can find. That little look at the end. Hang on, let me just show that. I'm going to show that bit at the end because it's so funny. Come on. That look at the end. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, guys. Do you think they had sex that day? Do you think, ladies, do you think they had sex that day? Please answer. So girls, you are naughty, all of you. Naughty girls. They were just good friends. Right, are we ready, guys? Now, the next question is, was this clip before or after sex? I know we're being a bit rude. Was this clip before or after? Hello, Deborah. You're awake. Hi, Deborah. Was this clip before or after sex? Are we ready? Melissa, I like that. Now, Melissa says before and after, which is just funny. But you're cracking me up, girls. So it could be both. Stacey says, same as Melissa. Natalie, I would do it with her before and after. With her, okay, fair enough, Natalie. She's a stunner. She is a beauty. When I saw him get up, I was looking at a specific part of Tracy. It's 9:30. Right. Right. Should we just see one more clip? Let's have a look.
Making his 28th film. And I was topless. And the box.
Right. Okay. We're going to watch this, guys.
Elvis, and it was probably 60s.
While making his 28th film, Elvis turned his attention to co-star Susan Henning.
I first met Elvis it was probably 67, and I was topless, and the bottom half of me was a mermaid. Everything he did, he enjoyed life, and he was certainly fun to work with, and certainly very made you feel very comfortable in what you were doing. If you were to err, he would laugh, and he's a very real person. I'm attracted to people that aren't fake, and he seemed just down home and comfortable to be with.
And Elvis started dating her? and he dated her for a while. Not too many people know about that. She never told anybody about it. She was very, very quiet about it, and we spent a lot of time together doing the movie and rehearsals and all that.
And when I walked into the room, we were to practice and rehearse the dance. He had his back to me, and he had his little macho pose, and I think I had a pair of short shorts on. And I thought, oh, well, there's Elvis. We're going to have fun. So I remember walking up and sticking my leg between his leg and kind of doing a little can-can. And his favorite slogan was, he looked down at my boy, my boy.
They clicked for a while, and you could see it in their eyes.
I met him in one time in Arizona. We went, and I think a lot of his fun, since he was so much out, was just to be in. And we would really just stay in the room, and that sounds all perverted, but I mean, you can have a lot of fun in the room besides doing what people might think. I mean, just talking, and he loved to get into deep thoughts and he loved to eat. One of my greatest fun times was to comb his hair and do it in different ways that he had never worn it, and he thought that was so funny that I would comb his hair in bangs or part it down the center and make a butler, or we just played with each other. You could do fun things. I think he had a multitude of women, and I think I was one of
All right, then it shuts off the volume. Let me just see. Right, there's no music on this. We're just gonna have to listen to watch it, guys. Isn't this the one we just watched? I want to see something new. I want to see a different one. Let's have a look. Right. I like that. I've not ever seen that before. At least I don't think. Let's have it. Right, we ready, guys?
That's 619. Come on, baby, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you, Tom. Downtown, things will be great when you're downtown. No finer place for sure downtown. Everything's waiting for you. Don't hang around and let your problems surround you. There are movie shows downtown. Maybe you know some little places to go where they never close. Now take a real deep breath and put your red lips on mine.
That I get a kick out of an automobile or Memphis or St. Joe, wherever the four winds blow. I've been in some big towns, I've heard through some big songs, but there is one thing I know. When I have a brand new hairdo with my eyelashes all up in curls, and I float at the clouds on airdo, I enjoy.
So, you know, it's funny because I watch it and she's toying with him. I know that it's obvious that he likes her, but she's toying with him. She knows he likes her. She's pushing his little buttons. I would say she's winding him up. She's winding him up for him to explode. That's how I see it. She's a beauty, mind. She is a proper beautiful woman, and she looked pretty good even years later. I wonder if we've got another interview of her. It'd be interesting to see a proper interview of her without it being interrupted. Susan Henning interview. Let's see what comes up.
A little bit about Susan Henning and Elvis.
Enjoyed life.
All right, Rare Elvis Photos has done a video of her recently. Kirokva, Anita on dancing on Elvis Presley's 68 comeback. Oh,
the best. I had a group of dancers who I loved. We don't know Anita Mann. I was so uncomfortable walking on air, and how did I know? Fine, but I walked into that room pretty embarrassed and nervous that I wasn't going to be right for Jaime, but his work was brilliant.
So this work was the choreographer of the 68 comeback.
And we're still friends, but I was shoved onto them. I was like, that was it. So we spent a lot of time in rehearsals. They're beautiful numbers. My favorite number was cut from the show. It was Too Sexy. It was a bordello number. And it was fabulous. And Jaime choreographed it. Claude and Jaime had two different styles, and Claude was beautiful, lyrical and more modern, and Jaime was so strong and jazz, and I was put with the right person. That was more my forte, not as much the lyrical modern side. So this number was cut because it was like we were dancing around Elvis, which was our favorite part, as like in a bordello. But I have it on film. I do have it did appear in some of the videos, I believe, in some of the comeback, but it wasn't on the air. But Steve Binder was the director of the time, producer. There were other wonderful directors, but he shot dancing so beautifully, music and dancing, and he really created a form for the comeback special that through his vision, and the choreography was really important in it. And a lot of people just remember Elvis in the like sitting with his guys with the black jacket on, but he required a lot of choreography, Elvis. And so on the side, I'd work with Elvis. Like, he was comfortable when I'd say, that just doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. Let's try it again. And he had another gentleman, Lance Legault, who was amazing. So he had Lance and me, and it was years of our being comfortable with him, and we were able to say what really worked well. And if we didn't like something on him, we'd say, let's try something else. And he really was amazing in that way, that he would listen and he would try it. And he was just one of the more natural, besides Michael Jackson, one of the more natural movers, dancers who, you couldn't believe he could do everything. Not like Michael, but Elvis had an ability to just feel it from the inside out.
That was really interesting. I really like that. What's her name? Anita Mann on dancing on the Elvis Presley 68 comeback special. I like that. Right, I'll tell you what, we're going to change the subject now. We're going to play a few of my shorts that I made. I've just seen one here, and I thought I'm going to play it.
You deal with your father in a lot of the songs, and one especially, it's called Nobody Noticed It, and that's the line saying, where they try to make you look broken, but not while I'm living. It's very filled with a lot of anger. Who are they, and what have they tried, and why did you put it in a song?
Because that was inspired by a tabloidy documentary called E! True Hollywood Story in America. It was on him, last days of. I happened to be watching it one night. There was 4 or 5 of those people that were around him, talking in such a way that I felt was trying to take his dignity away, which I thought was very important to him. People that were around that were worse than he was, and doing things worse than he was, yet making him a certain way, and have nothing left to do with their lives but sit there and, tarnish his name and his image, upset me, and that's kind of where I
Have they responded to it?
those men. No, not really. What are they going to say?
Did you deal with your father?
Interesting. Quite like that. I remember when I made that. She's basically saying that the Memphis Mafia have got big mouths and that she doesn't like the Memphis Mafia. That's how I see it.
Were you worried in the beginning, and maybe not just in the beginning, of how you raised a daughter who was really the princess to America, the princess to the king of rock and roll? Yeah. How do you create normalcy?
Well, that was the hardest thing to do because, I was concerned for her and putting her in the limelight. And one of the stories is that he gave her a coat, a fur coat that was, it was a mean coat, and she brought it home because I think he gave it to her for her birthday. And I said, "You're not wearing this. This is not for you. You're 5 years old. You're not wearing a mean coat." Yeah, I was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
So I called him up and I said, "What are you doing?"
And Elvis wanted her to have everything
Because he didn't really know. He too grew up very, very poor.
Were you worried in the beginning?
That is cute that Elvis bought her a mink coat, though. I remember making these videos. Now, these videos used to take like 5 hours to make because I would get lots of little video clips. Then I would get lots of pictures. But then I would try and do an editorial and sort of talk through it. And plus, I would put captions on. So they used to take me for ages, forever, to get right. But I loved it. I loved doing it. But it did eventually get tiresome because the amount of time to make these videos was like crazy. Right, let's try and play some more. Right, what else are we gonna find? Right, here we are. Elvis having a good time on set.
Huh? Yeah. A little bit more upstate. It was nice to meet
you. These little clips, just finding these little clips. They come from nowhere. Wow. I know it's dark, it will lighten up now, but God, I love that. Didn't that just move you here? Not just seeing them together. And I love what Melissa says. He looks so uncomfortable with that mother, doesn't he? It just makes the rumor or the hearsay that Elvis wouldn't sleep with a woman if she was a mother look ridiculous. So Melissa, you hit the nail on the head. And this is why I say to Jean, look, I love Jean. And I know that Billy said it, but come on. You got to see the big picture, the whole story, and then you see it differently. So come on. Elvis loved beautiful women. And if there was chemistry and it was two ways, he couldn't resist. That's the truth of it. It's the truth of it. Right, come on. Now we're into finding these little clips. I've only got a few minutes left, but I'm enjoying finding these little clips. Are we ready, guys?
The news of Elvis's death.
No. Let's have a look. We are going to do some Team L because it's Elvis week. We are going to go over some of Elvis's funeral footage and the day it was announced when he passed, and that period outside Graceland, all the big crowds. We're going to go through that, but not today. Not today, guys. Right, so I'm let's have a look. Oh, my favorite song, but I can't play that because I'll get copyrighted. which is a shame because I love that song. The way she walks. Right, let's have a look. Let's find one more cute. Right, so I'll play a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to go to bed, guys. I'm off. We're gonna catch the air. We're leaving for the aeroplane at 7 a.m. I think we're flying at 10:30. So the clocks go forward or back an hour. So we'll be in Mallorca, Spain. There's 20 of us going, so a lot of people, and I'm still going to be doing the lives, guys. I'm taking my laptop with me. I'm taking my phone with me. There's no stopping me. But I've enjoyed making you guys, from Tracy's words, Tracy, we've enjoyed being horny. That's what Tracy just said. When I mentioned playing the funeral footage, they said, for now, let's enjoy being horny, and then we can reflect on the funeral another time. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time, guys. We're gonna have, I'll be honest with you, I'm not the greatest traveler. I'm a home person. I go on holidays for the kids and for my wife. I like being home. I enjoy it. It's just the way I am. Now, when I was in business and when I was DJing, I was completely the opposite. But once I started having kids and settled, I want to be home. That's just how I am. I'm a homeboy. Okay, guys, I think that's it. We're off. We've done over an hour. We've had quite a funny live stream, haven't we? I did blush a bit. It is a bit blushy when you see Elvis canoodling with Susan Henning, and she is a stunner. But come on, we had a giggle, didn't we? We had a bit of a giggle. Thanks, everyone. I will enjoy it. I will. I don't, guys, I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink, but I do on holiday. So I haven't drunk. The last time I had alcohol was a year ago when I went on holiday. So I haven't drunk for a year, so I'm going to drink, and I will be drinking tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Brilliant. Had a great time. All of you, the 40 people watching, please subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Don't worry. I'll be back from Spain, back from Mallorca, live, beaming to you around the world from Mallorca. That's what's happening tomorrow, guys. Brilliant. Love all of you. So I'll quickly try and say some names. Tracy, Gio, Teresa, Linda, Deborah, Francis, Natalie, Stacy, Carolyn, Jane. Let's have a look, see if we've got any new names. Who we got? So if anyone new is watching, please don't be shy to join us. You're very welcome. All of you were a bit rude tonight, girls. You ladies, when you see a bit of Elvis going on, you do get a bit hot under the collar. That's truth. Lorna's there. Melissa, of course. I think Natalie had a right good time tonight. Natalie, you were a saucy girl. Who else? Are we missing anyone else out? I think we got everyone. Deborah, you came a bit late, but don't worry. Carolyn, Maria. Right, I think that's it. We'll go in. Vivek, oh yes, of course, don't forget Vivek's. Vivek's, I've been getting your messages. Now, girls, if you want to feel full of energy and feel hot and sexy, get on keto. Keto will boost your energy. Take care, everyone. Keto all the way.